Have you ever been in the middle of a worship song and thought, I know the song, I know the chords, but just keep playing the same thing over and over? Everything changed when I stopped seeing chord shapes as something to strum and started seeing them as a source of musical ideas. Let me show you the practice routine that completely changed the way I approach worship guitar. So early on, I would just strum the chords, just basic full chord shapes. And then if I wanted to play a lead line, I would just use a scale, A major pentatonic, works over those chords, but where do you start and stop your lead lines? That's the problem. The scale's got all the information there. It's just knowing where to start and stop so it sounds connected. Once I started practicing the chords this way, that's when everything changed and I started gaining a lot of confidence. Check this out. Just using triad shapes, the three basic notes that make up each one of those full chords. Now check out what I can do with those chord shapes using a little rhythm here. Check this track out. Using the basic beat of the song here, using a hammer on, getting to, I'm looking at the A chord shape right away. And that move you can do anytime with an A major chord or anywhere you slide this. And then the D chord was coming up, so I slid that note E to D. Now F sharp minor's coming up. You can use that same move because there's an A and a C sharp note in the F sharp chord. A lot of these things are repeatable. That's where some great lead lines come from, is being repetitive like that. So from the A chord, D, F sharp minor, E. I was sliding up, but still visualizing these chord shapes. Every time I'm playing one of those little lines, I still see those chord shapes. That's why it's so important to practice this way. So important. Now let's have some fun with it. The same four chords up here. A, D, F sharp minor, E. Check out this track again. Get a little bit of delay on there. Fun stuff. Get some delay off so I can show you what's going on here. Getting to that A note, kind of like I did here. and using the pulse of the track. I'll leave a link for this track because this is fun to practice over. Getting a group of chords and just play connecting lead lines around those. Because I'm going to the G sharp at the end because it's going to that E chord at the very end of the progression. And also you can just put your pinky on here and play the D chord. It's a D2 chord at that point, and you can take it back off for the F sharp minor. Just don't have the root in there, but it's like a F sharp minor 7. That way you're not moving at all through here. Let me put that track back on. Just having fun with the rhythm part of the song. Again, the pulse of the track, but if you double that, and if you double that again and add a little delay to that, let's go up another notch here. So the same shapes apply up here that we play down here. It's just the octave up. Check this out. A, D, and from that, a great way to practice this though is having just playing the chords one note at a time, but in time with the track or song that you're going to be playing for that week. Or I just, in the little intro there, I just used a little vibrato there. Put that track back on. So I'm still visualizing this A chord here and the octave up here. And I was going down here. Here's another E chord shape. And you can go up to the high one too. Just using just some little tricks. Using the chord instead of, you just use a little bend, a little quarter bend. I'll leave a link for the track. I hope you got something from the lesson today. This is what changed how I really approach worship guitar, is looking at these groups of chords. Then I create rhythm and lead lines around the group in each different part of the fretboard. It's just a great way to practice for Sunday worship. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and hopefully we'll see you soon.